goal? Are you talking long term or like today? I don't have a goal plan. Also, hello. Long term? Well, I think the big one is, you see the number at the top left there? That's the total number of total clears that I have. So, you may notice that I am approaching 1,000,000. But it's not going to be, like, you know, tomorrow, obviously. It's probably going to take about a year. So I think that's the first thing, is to get to 1,000,000. But it's definitely 100% possible. But we'll get there. It's just going to take some time. We're pretty dang close, actually. I mean, if you think about it, we're like 86% of the way there. Like, we're getting there. It's less of a if I'm going to do it, and it's more of a when am I going to do it at this point. Started playing this noise. I'm surprised people are still picking up the game like 5 years after it's come out, but well, there's at least 4 million people playing the game based on the database that I have. Thank you for the call, appreciate it.
Thank you for following.
The sweet concept of the game. Oh yeah. It's been pretty big for me. That was wild trajectory of that shell. I don't know what happened there. Rekindling your need for a community-based creation type game like what Geometry Dash was when you were like 10 or whatever. I heard about that game, but I never really bothered with it. Like I watched what it was one time and I was like, yeah, this isn't for me. Yeah, there's a bunch of like, you know, creation type games. I mean, this is obviously a big one. You have games like that. There's, I guess Minecraft account, you know, that sort of thing. Another example I was looking at. Fled my mind though. Oh yeah, Happy Wheels way back then. Yeah, that's the example I first thought of when I saw like completely user-generated content game. But what's more fun about that is the ability to see everything that's going on within the game through a database that I've created. I have like 34 million levels in there. Yeah, Happy Wheels. So yeah, there's 34 plus million levels that have been made in this game. I have the metadata on all of them. is like one of the best games to do data science on. There's just like so much you can do with it. It's like a playground for data science, just like messing around with the database. For example, I like helped Raze find all the levels that had, like for example, his username in it was, well, I mean, it was one of the easier things to do. All the levels that had a state name in it, stuff like that. I've been drawn to hard precision levels. You like having a tough layout and not a whole lot of RNG or enemies. So you would have probably hated / loved the last level to be beaten in Mario Maker 1, which was Trim the Herbs, which some guy actually did beat, even though the uploader kind of like PAS'd it or something. But some actual guy actually beat it. Yep. Maybe I would have put more effort into SM1 if I didn't have to worry about like the rank 2 being on my ass, but suddenly he like disappeared for like 3 weeks, which is not like him at all. So I'm just like taking the advantage and getting a lot of gains on him. Now I think I'm ahead by like over 12,000 or so, which is like, you know, a month's worth of buffer. You know, if I put the controller down and he suddenly came back, that is. Yo. But he's been gone, so like I'm just building up a comfier lead right now. No, this is not. This is easy, the one that I'm ranked 1 in. So I have the most clears out of every single other person in this entire game. Total clears, easy endless, and world records. I have the #1 spot for all 3 of them. Which are, you know, interconnected because of that. Oh yeah, it's been a 5-year journey. Well, I'm used to it by now, but thank you. I've been ranked 1 since day 1, pretty much, or day 2. So extremely early into the game cycle, I was just like ranked 1, and then I just held on to it for 5 years. You might literally have the least? Nah, that's not possible. There's people with 0 clears. And once you have 0 clears, not 10 times, because the rank 1 of Expert has 100,000 actually. So like 6 times? Actually, I think they're at 120,000. Like 5 times. Had 0 clears 2 days ago. We're joining the club with a lot of other players. We're tied with you. Because those guys are makers. Like, the only way that you get into my database with 0 players is if you've made levels at that point. And have not played a single level. I wonder how many people are in there that have just made levels and then haven't played any. I mean, I could just check, but it's a lot of work. No, Z7 is like rank 4 now. He like got dethroned 3 times. One of which is by another streamer, GG Seppuku. Seppuku, in other words. But that was like 2 years ago. And also Rishar got up there too, and then some other guy. You have clears now though? Nice, you're not in last place. Now your first goal is to get to like rank 1000 or something. I don't even know how many that is. I just know what number 1 is, and that's me. I will just say that I don't think any other possible player can catch up to me in terms of total clears, like, for the rest of the game cycle. I just think it's impossible at this point. Especially now that the rank 2 is absent and the rank 3 is 300,000 levels behind me. The rank 2 weirdly did stop at 690,000 total clears. Maybe it was intentional. It's 690,614 exactly at this point. If you do like a top 5 or... Ever since I re-enabled it, because I have at least a solid lead again. Good enough lead. And at a time when the rank 2 is just like absent. He might even get kicked off the leaderboard soon in the next 10 days if he doesn't play it at all. He's been just gone weirdly since April 21 and May 21, which I think might be 30 days later. It's in 13 days, so yeah, in less than 2 weeks, if he doesn't log in again, he's just gonna get kicked off the leaderboards. And then the rank 3 is gonna be the rank 2, and that's gonna be wild. Well, SMM3 is not gonna come out before I hit 1 mil. I just know that as a fact. It is not. I refuse to believe it is. Like, you haven't even gotten an announcement of the next game yet, let alone the next console. Again, I've emphasized this before. We are 4 checkpoints I have to worry about, and we're not even at the first one. And the first one is being the new console has to be announced, and we're not even there yet. Second checkpoint is the next console has to be released. Third checkpoint is SMM3 has to be announced. I mean, this could be before or after the console gets released. I don't know. So the second and third checkpoint are, like intertwined, possibly, as SMM3 has a very early release date. and then the final checkpoint, of course, the fourth checkpoint is the game coming out. So we're not even at number 1 yet, and I have 860,000 plus players, so... No, I do not. Like, people are already bad at 2D designs. 3D is so much more complicated than 2D, like, by an insane amount that no, it's not going to get 3D at all. Yeah. Honestly, I wasn't that dedicated like 2 months ago. I was like not playing at all for like a couple months to play Maple, but then I came back. I'm just gonna say, leave that to the ROM hackers. Those guys know what they're doing. I do not trust 5-year-olds to make a 3D level. I think that is like the definite yeah, just let ROM hackers do their thing for like SM64 for example. Because okay, you got to realize that making an SM64 theme is very complicated because you have to like think of 8 stars for your guy to get. With different unlock things. Some of them are like boss fights. I guess in like SMM, but yeah, how SM64 is different from the traditional 2D games. In the traditional 2D games, you just hit the goal point and you're done with the level. There's no like secondary. There's no secondary goal. In SM64, you gotta remember how the game plays. There's different things you do within the same level. There's like 7 different stars. There's 7 different goals within the level. Some of them are like collecting red coins. Some of them are like go beat King Babam, stuff like that, or race Scoop of the Quick. It would be extremely complicated, and I personally don't think SMM3 will have a 3D mode because of that. If they did go a 3D route somehow, it would probably just be like in the style of 3D World, not the collectathons that are the actual 3D games like 64, Sunshine, and Galaxy 1 and 2. It might be like 3D World where, you just get 3 stars and get to the end. Like a level like that. That would probably be like the easiest way to tackle 3D for designing levels. So there's no way in hell they're doing an SM64 skin. When 3D World, like actual 3D World, not like the 2D eyes 3D World, but like the actual 3D World game is linear enough, like the old school games, where it's much easier for young children to actually like make a level. You know what I mean? If there is a 3D design, I think yeah, that would be their first thing. Okay, I should say this, my bot has a tendency where if you say you could or you should, it will think you're backseating even if you're not, so it is very funny when it happens, but yeah, it's, I'm not mad at you, because obviously that's not what he meant, but yeah, just let my bot cook. There's a reason I only made it 20 seconds. Yeah, you could have a way to re-enter the stage and get various stars. How would be a test. Would be super cool if they grinded out. It would just be so different than I got you good. It would be just so different from what Estimum actually is currently, though. I don't know. I don't think it would work out very well. I don't think we're quite ready for that. Again, I would honestly just leave it to the ROM hackers. Like, if you want to play an SM in 3D, just let ROM hackers do it. You'll get a much better experience by far. Or they'll just like, well, I mean, they'll just flat out ban ROM hackers. Like, for example, like they did real damage to Penga's like YouTube channel when he was like doing ROM hack stuff. So then Penga just doesn't feature ROM hacking on his channel anymore. Again, it's unfortunate that, you know, Nintendo's so anal about that, but that's just how it is. Or their lawyers, at least. I mean, they just randomly went after Gary's mod recently, if you recall. For like stuff that's been in the game for like 20 years. Nearly 20 years. They really don't like it when you use their characters. But people use their characters because they're so damn iconic. I mean, that's just how it is. They're way more iconic than anything on PlayStation or Xbox, honestly. Or Steam. Like, when you think about those consoles, like, what's the first thing that comes to mind in terms of, like, main, like, you know, console mascots? It's really hard to think about that, right? Back then, even with like Xbox, it used to be like Master Chief, right? And nowadays, like, not that. I don't even know what it is anymore. PlayStation, yeah, does not also have a mascot as well. Even though they used to have like Crash Bandicoot at one point and Spyro, you know, those guys. And they just kind of like forgot about those guys. Steam also doesn't have a mascot. Unless the Gmod guy is the mascot. John Gary himself. Gaben. If some of these easy levels have like dungeons for comments, I don't know. Some of them are like super old. The older the level is, more likely it'll have like comments. I mean, and then there's me, so I'm an anomaly because I'm the rank 1 in this game and thus kind of popular. Yeah, some of my levels just have the max comments, over 10,000. Well, I mean, it will display 9999 comments, but realistically, there's more than that because, you know, when you hit 9999, it's not stopping people from making comments, and it's not like erasing them either, so it's just displaying that I have 9999 even though I have way more than that. Yeah, some of my levels have 10,000 plus comments, it's crazy. Do I make YouTube videos of these streams? Not really. If people want to see the VODs, do go out of my way to save all my VODs that I have. So if you want to check out my VODs, just scroll down and hit like the videos button. And I have I think I've archived like most things that I've done, at least 90% of everything I've done, like on stream. That I have on stream at least. Sometimes I accidentally forget to save things after 60 days, and those get erased forever, but very rarely do I let that happen. Like if you just want to see my history, yeah, just go to my videos. Although I do have a YouTube. If you type in !Whitey or this guy, it's not Whitey. That's Whitey. Yeah, okay, yeah, that popped up. There's my YouTube channel. Make sure to sub to it for free, because I'm trying to get to 1,000 subs so I can get money. After I get 1,000 subs, I have full monetization options, so big W if I actually get there. That'd be amazing. Then I would have way more incentive to actually post to YouTube concurrently with my Twitch stuff. Otherwise, there's no point. Because, you know, I'm gonna use the money to like actually like get like, you know, good editing software if I did get into YouTube, and then so I can make more and actually have like a YouTube presence. But yeah, getting into YouTube kind of has like, it has a, what's the word? Something of entry. I don't remember what the phrase is. Level of entry, I don't know. But I'm pretty sure you know what I'm talking about. Do a little bit of editing, VOD style videos. Nice. Yeah, I'm hoping one day I'll get at that point, but yeah, the tubes is not popular enough for that quite yet. Yeah, I have a couple goals for, you know, not just this game, but like for my social media itself. Like I want to hit 3,000 on Twitch, with 3,000 followers, and I want to hit 1,000 on YouTube subs. And we're very close to hitting 3K. That's gonna be the next goal for that. Honestly, is like we're at 2.9K. Road to 1-0 series, the video of me actually hitting it would go viral for sure. Yeah, I was thinking that. I was actually going to consider it, asking for professional help from, well, I'm friends with, you know, quite a few streamers that have a reputation, like Ragefire for example, and I was thinking I'll just like maybe ask him if he could do it or something. You know, I've helped him out with various projects. Maybe for once he can help me out with this project. I think he would probably say yes. I don't want to assume anything, but I think he would help me out with that. It is kind of a big deal. Also, I have already literally made him thousands of dollars, apparently, from the videos or suggestions that I've made for him, so I think he owes me one. He has literally posted how much he has made from some of the videos I literally helped him make. So yeah, I think he owes me one. But I'm gonna save that favor for the $1. get it out, yeah. So yeah, I mean, ideally I hit 1,000 subs before then, but I think if I do make a 1 million, like if I haven't hit it yet, hopefully that video in itself would get me over the 1,000 threshold. I'm already at 600, by the way. 600 something subs. I just need like 400 more. So yeah, that's why I do, like, you know, whenever I talk about the tubes, I advertise the tubes. Because again, it's free to sub. And if you're followed to me, you might as well just like sub to YouTube, I guess. I mean, it would be much appreciated. I mean, not required, of course, but you know, very, very, very appreciated. Considering, you know, the goal of me hitting 1,000 and what that means. Oh man, appreciate it. My YouTube is very old, by the definition of OG. Like, my first video was in 2007. That's a long time ago. You know, it's been 17 years since that, so obviously I have proven just within having a YouTube video, you know, unless I was like 1 or something, that I am literally an adult because of that. Like, there's no lying about that one. You were 2 in 2007, damn. At least you're 18 though, because I do have a mature audience requirement. So at least you are 18. And most people, I mean not most, but some people just like don't care about it because they don't read it, like teenagers. It's like, oh my god, just go away. You guys cause too much drama for your channel. You were like 15 streaming, you hated the kids then. Yes, I very much don't like kids. I very much don't like kids. Don't know if I'll ever have them or not. Probably never, considering that. But yeah, the majority of people I've banned have literally come out and said that they're not 18. And are the ones that like actually try to cause drama on the channel when it's like unnecessary, right? There was a very, very bad incident of a guy like stealing my identity. That was a teenager, like a 15 or 16-year-old, and going on to a different game and advertising my Twitch channel on that game, but also being really annoying in the game, and thus getting a lot of hate watchers, which, you know, caused me some trouble, even though I had nothing to do with anything from that. So yeah, I don't want to deal with that. But yeah, like some teenager had that much of a hate boner against me for being ranked 1 in the game, that they had to go out and do that. So, like, I don't really have any words for that other than how disgusting that behavior is. So I'm just, like, trying to, you know, stream games and make money and just, like, make my living pretty much. Like, I don't need any of that, right? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He has actually done some illegal shit. I'm not even joking. Like, he's like doxed like other people and stuff like that. Like, he isn't actually, like, unhinged loser. But while it is a very rare example, it did not make a very good impression for me versus, you know, dealing with people under 18, because that's not the only person, unfortunately. There's been a couple weirdos and they've all been under 18, basically. Because they will just flat out tell me their age without me even asking them. Great stream 13 months. Yeah. Well, maybe in 2018, right? I did the math. But I wasn't streaming in 2018. I was colleging. Developing my database skills, my math and CS stuff. Which brings me into this topic, math and CS. If you scroll down to my page, you can actually see a bunch of like commands you can do to like find out stuff about the game. Is there much of a speedrunning community for Endless? That's where you came from. Ooh. Well, little did you know, I'm actually the grandfather of 2 categories on speedrun.com for this game. The 100 level and the 1000 level for Easy Endless. I introduced both of them and they got approved, so now you can go to speedrun.com. Yeah, hold on a sec, let me just pull it up. So there's this. You go to speedrun.com. You just hear speedrunning endless easy. Yeah, I grandfathered 2 categories. I literally introduced them and they got approved. And you can tell because look at the forums. If you look at the forums, here I'll even pull up the exact forums up where I asked them to be a thing and they became a thing. So huge W. Actually, it's one of the posts that has the most comments on it, interestingly enough. The second most. It has like the second most comments. Yeah, there's actually quite a few people that speedrun this game. But yeah, I argued a little bit with the owners of this site, or the admins, and finally got it approved, and you know, I was like, can I also do my thing while not resetting my entire run? Obviously, because that would be a huge detriment to what I'm doing right now. And they're like, yeah, but and I was like, hey, like let me do my thing, but throw on a 30-second penalty. And they're like, yeah, sure, okay. And then I got it approved. Why is the image upside down for speedrun? I just realized that the SMM2 categories extension has the image, but just like flipped upside down. I just noticed that. Oops.
Oh damn, Blue X2. I've seen him in my chat a couple times. He is the record holder for 1,000 levels right now, in like second place for 100. So the concept of 100 levels in amount of art games go make it fun. You're a Minecraft runner for a couple years. Nice. And then there's 1,000 levels, which you know, you gotta love 1,000 levels though. People are intimidated by it, but that's the whole cause. Like, you know, yeah, it's going to take you an entire like actual like day to beat it. Like, you have to like do it at the beginning of your day, and then you'll probably get it done at the end of your day. No, trust me, it's like people actually stream it. Like, people actually do it. There's 14 entries, and it's ranged between 13 hours and 15 hours, with the anomaly that there's a guy that did it in 27 hours because I guess they were having it maintenance or something. But yeah, expect it to take like 13 to 16 hours. Most of the people that got it like more than 15.5 hours, like Reyes, didn't post. Which is sad. But yeah, I got like a 14-12 on it or something at some point, so I'm decent. You could say. But I haven't done my runs in a while, but I don't know. I'll figure it out, I guess, if I ever wanted to rerun it again. Yeah, multiple people don't submit their... Like, DGR has not submitted his 1,000 levels, Raisefire has not submitted 1,000 levels. There's a few people who have not submitted their 1,000 levels. I don't remember if, has 360 Chrism submitted his? 360 Chrism also did one, did not submit it. So it's like, dude, I don't know why people aren't submitting their fucking runs. But yeah, there's probably been over like 20 people who have actually done 1,000 level runs, so it's not impossible. It just will take the entirety of your day. It is 13 to 16 hours. That's usually a normal like wake cycle, you know, because most people sleep for like 8 hours a day. So at the worst, you know, you might be staying up slightly longer than you're used to. If you started a little bit late. Like, if you were on top of things for the day, yeah, you should definitely have it done by the time you're about to go to bed. I do still find it really funny that they let the 1,000 category be a thing, though. But that did cost, that did take some fighting to make it happen. Yeah, damn, I'm still like rank 6 for 100 levels. Thus putting me in like, I think like around the top 90th percentile or something out of all the runners. So that's decent, I guess. You go for any of the record, or do you want the record you got that all or nothing kind of attitude, you know? You probably have to clarify. Like, if you go for any of them, you're going to want to get rank 1, in other words. I mean, that's what most speedrunners want, right? I'm just happy that like partners ran my categories, you know, like push partners. Like I just kind of made those categories up on a whim. I have to be real soon. I might do it after this level. Throwing that out there. Don't you guys disappear. I will beat the level first, but not die. Alright, pee time. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. Return.
It's time for the red. Head full of dreads. Make a bandit dead. Yeah, yeah. If I come, rougher than the best of them, the best of them, tougher than leather. You can call me Knuckles. I like Sonic, I don't chuckle. I'd rather flex muscle up, hard as nails, ain't hard to tell. I break them down whether they solid or frail. I like the best in independence is my first breath. First test, feel the right, then the worst left, yeah.
Born on an island in the heavens, the blood of my ancestors flows inside me. My duty is to save the flower from evil deterioration. Yeah.
I'll be the one to set your heart free true. Cleanse yourself of the evil that's in you.
Streaking lights, loud sounds, and instincts are the elements that keep me going. I am fighting my own vision. Nothing's gonna stand in my way. No, no.
The Master Emerald's one and only God. Stay away from me now, cause I hit hard.
Won't be frightened, I'll stand up to all the pain and turmoil. Just believe in myself, won't rely on others. Get this power to wipe out the havoc and anarchy. This is my plan, it's gonna fight for my destiny.
Whether I be climbing or gliding, I be surviving. The island is relying, I'm trying to keep it flying. So I'm striking when I find where he's hiding, cause he was lying. My pride is on the line, it's never would leave you like I'm going hyper. I am a fighter, digging in the dirt, climbing like a spider. And it's gonna hurt, breaking them for practice. Make a bandit nap quick, slapping with the back fist, yeah.
I have no such things as weak spots. Don't approve of him, but gotta trust him. This alliance has a purpose. This partnership is only temporary, yeah.
I'll be the one to set your heart free true. Oh no.
Won't be frightened, I'll stand up to all the pain and turmoil. Just believe in myself, won't rely on others. Freedom will be waiting when serenity is restored. This is my plan, I will not surrender.
Living in the tropics, I'm mighty like chaotix. Leaving Angel Island behind for more exotic. Sonic or robotic, no one of them will profit. If you're stealing the emerald, my job is to make you drop it. You got miles per hour, I got the violent power. So when I climb the tower, you better hide and cower. Let me face the trouble, break the struggles. I'm the best team, it's Knuckles and Knuckles, yeah. Oh yeah, tell them don't dare. Dread hair, spike fists in the air. You can declare your plot, I will be there to stop. So prepare for loss, go prepare your box. Don't cross me, you don't attack me. Yeah, I'm a boss, I belong in that three. I stay alone and great, I control my fate. In my zone you pray, you do not know the way.
Won't be frightened, I'll stand up to all the pain and turmoil. I'll just believe in myself, won't rely on others. Get this power to wipe out the havoc and anarchy. This is my plan, it's gonna fight.
Oh my god, I have to choose the hell out of that level.
I'll stand up to all
So
the pain
the point of having the key door, there's nothing to kill to get a key.
freedom will be waiting when serenity is restored. This is my planet, I shall not surrender. Yeah, shall not surrender, no. Yeah.
Do the guitar solo.
Big B Lions? Yeah, I saw you were in there. Also, what's up, Henry? Yes, I saw you. I literally saw a notification that said you logged on, and I was like, oh, that's the thing. But, did you also know that I happen to be 265 now, and I'm in the same area as Parkster and Ed, finally. Not only that, but do you remember my story with my superior belt and how that blew up? Well, guess what? Today, I found another superior belt, and not only did I find it, I restored it using the trace, and then immediately like got to 15 star, and then on my first try, obviously with safeguard on because I didn't want to fuck it up this time, on my first try, got it to 17 star. But we're not even done talking about this item yet. I cubed it 3 times, and yeah, I got 30% strength. I was like, yeah, I think I'm good with that item for now. Yeah. All I need left is the superior pendant, so yeah, good on that. N-Will, I actually, another thing newsworthy is N-Will. No one ever told me about E-Will or N-Will, or like Will in general. That the fucking legs, like his attack patterns, you know, were just like that insta-kill thing almost. People could have just said, like, in their YouTube videos, like, that he alternates between the two, but no one ever said that. Like, they just said that there's that attack and there's that attack. That's why I was dying in Phase 3, because I didn't know what attack was coming to me. But now that I know that it alternates, apparently, yeah, I only died like 3 times. So, N-Will dead in 3 lives. So I have 7 left, and I beat N-Will. First try. It's like, what? Why didn't... I've looked at so many like Will tutorials, and no one has mentioned the fact that it goes from white eyes and then yellow eyes and then white eyes and then yellow eyes and does that pattern. Like, I just assumed it was RNG, you know, like the cracks on the floor for Phase 2. And that made the fight so much easier. Oh, they used to mix it up? Oh, okay. Yeah, it's like... Yeah, now it's just preset, just like yellow, white, yellow, white, yellow, white, yellow, white. You do have to be aware of which one he does first, I think, but then, like, it's... Yeah, I killed it very easily, and Will's dead. Solo. Done. Guess what my combat power is now? Remember when it was 22 mil? By the way, still rocking Absos, by the way. No arcanes. 28? No, it's 26 mil. But still. 26 mil, no arcanes, all 17 stars, nothing higher than 17 stars. We're getting there, man. I know exactly what I need to upgrade at this point. And it's getting harder to upgrade things. And there's a cube sale, but I said fuck it for today. And I decided to like buy 50 cubes anyways. And yeah, I rolled that fucking 30% strength on the belt, and I was so happy. Instant 3-line belt. Probably yeah, I'm never going to try to upgrade that belt ever. Well, except for like stars, maybe at some point. Actually, I should just like not upgrade it at all. I don't want to deal with it blowing up again. Like, if I were to upgrade it, I would just wait for me to get the Lucid belt or whatever it is, right? The H Lucid. Expect more CPU from that. Yeah, it was a big upgrade, but yeah, I went from well, at the time pre-belt upgrade, I went from 25 mil to 26 mil. I did have a reinforced 21% strength belt. So basically the upgrade was I went from 3 item reinforced to 3 item superior, and also 21% strength to 30% strength. Just in exchange of the belts. Yeah, because of the pendant, you gotta remember, I accidentally bought the wrong thing, thus screwing me out of a pendant for the time being, but I have 300 coins. I'm gonna be super careful when it comes to the superior pendant when I actually get there, but it's probably gonna take another like 2 weeks. But we're 3 items right now. We have everything but the pendant. So yeah, on top of that, I did more work. The reason I went from 22 mil to 26 mil was I did more work in separating my drop gear from my actual damage gear. So I got another pink bean mark to 17 stars, and also legendary. Actually, I didn't get the other one to 17 stars. I had the original one already at 17 stars, and I just re-rolled it to be 21% strength, while also having a secondary one that's 16 stars and giving me like 20% drop or something. I'll work on my drop stuff eventually. I have 7 lines of drop now and 5 lines of meso, so I'm almost done with my drop gear, pretty much. Is, you know, you're supposed to get 5 and 10 of meso and drop. That's probably why the reason I got the belt was today in the first place, because I upgraded my lines from like 5 to 7. For drop. But yeah, massive fucking W's today, which is why I put it in the title. And obviously I got some upgrades from just like, well, today we got 100 superior, I mean not superior, 100 Sacred Force things, marks or whatever they're called. And I had just gotten to the desert, so I used them all in the desert. And I got from level 1 to level 3, so that got me a bunch of Sacred Power. Sacred Force, whatever you call it. Also, I think I did my first 10 mil line ever. I mean, not 10 mil, 10 bill line. I did my first ever 10 bill line. Fucking ridiculous. So, yeah, that skill's getting up there. Hunter's Price getting powerful because of all the gains I've made. Yeah. I've gotten so many 3 lines too, it's ridiculous. That's why I'm literally rivaling people who have like full arcanes. I'm just getting a bunch of luck with my 3 lines on like other equipments. Like my heart I don't have to deal with, which is endgame now. Because that's like, I think like 27%. Now my belt's 30%. My Abso shoes are 33%. My cape is like 27%. And obviously my weapon, which is the most important part, is 70% boss and 10% attack. Emblem is 24% attack and 9% strength. Secondary is, I think it has 1 line of boss damage, 1 line of attack, and 1 line of strength, so that's probably my weakest link that I need to upgrade at some point. Apparently more expensive than 21 star, those 3 lines on average. Yeah, don't worry about me, I'm just rolling 3 stars, I mean 3 lines like, it's no big deal. Yeah, honestly I haven't spent like thousands of cubes, I've spent probably hundreds of cubes, but not like thousands. So I've been just really lucky with the cubing, and not so lucky with the star forcing. Yeah, massive fucking gains. Again, I already did. Oh! I forgot to tell you. I did a 1 cycle, so like pre-test, you know, pre-first test, end slime today. He didn't even get to, you know, do the test. I just killed him before the first test. I literally ignored that mechanic. I just bursted him down. He was dead. So I can kill him within 3 minutes, I guess. Yeah, I actually laughed out loud when that happened. I also laughed out loud when I saw myself getting a 30% strength dealt. Like, what the fuck? Okay. Yeah, I can't wait to do Dojo this week. Oh man. And yeah, I showed you the image of me just barely beating you last time by like 40 seconds. Yeah, I think I just widened the gap a little bit. Just a little bit. Probably can beat the next 4 now. At the very least. I'm eyeballing H. Damien, and I'm like, I want to kill him, but I'm like intimidated by him. I want to do an H. Damien solo at some point. That's on the horizon, I think. Well, I should probably kill Endgloom first, right? Yeah. You're saying I should kill England before H. Damien? No, I didn't say Enwell. I killed Enwell already. I did it in 3 lives. So I had 7 lives left. So I already said that I killed Enwell. So literally the next boss up is literally Endgloom. H. Damien, I'm more familiar with the mechanics and I can like survive the entire fight as you've already seen. But in Gloom, yeah, I mean we not only have less lives, just like in H. Lotus, but yeah, I'm not as familiar with the mechanics in terms of not dying from the stupid needle arms when he's about to go vulnerable. Murder England first for the extra plus. the extra flex would be if I killed H. Damien, which is literally a higher tiered boss than Endbone first. But I mean, I have the mechs for H. Damien, though, as you've already seen. Even Parkster has the mechs. Like, he had 1 life left, and I had 1 life left. Although, to be fair, I was more offensive than defensive when it came to H. Damien, in the fact that I wanted him dead, and we had 20 seconds left, so I was doing anything in my power, even if it meant sacrificing a whole bunch of my lives, to ensure that he died, because we had 20 seconds left at that time. So yeah, likely if I fought him, I would probably, worst case scenario, time out maybe. I mean, I could also probably die out, but like it would take a very long time for me to die out. Dude, I need Berserked already because my face accessory sucks. Like, it's either face accessory, the condensed power crystal. I'm still rocking that, the Zakum one, and it's like, dude, I could go with something so much better right now. Like, I have the pink beam mark. Sure, it's not the pat mark, but it's the pink beam mark, and I have like 3 of them. 2 of which I swap between right now, because, you know, one of them has drop gear and one of them has power. It has 21% all stat. Yeah, is it the Twilight Bark, or like whatever fucking face is better? Don't you just get like something called Berserked anyways? No, isn't Twilight from Enlumian? I mean, not Enlumian. Enluil? Isn't it from Enluil? Yeah, I haven't gotten them yet. Yeah. Yeah, I need a Twilight Mark, like, ASAP, but I did not roll it this week, unfortunately. Because, yeah, let's say I do need something better than what I have. Berserked is rare? Well, apparently so is Twilight Mark. Because I didn't get it from either, Luwil. I haven't gotten it from Lucid any previous week, now that it's my first week of actually killing Enwell. Now I can actually finally make, like, progress towards, like, all 5 of my arcane equipments, like, for sure, by the way. So yeah, that's just gonna take weeks, you know, if I continue to be in the mindset of I just wanna, like, solo stuff. Or do things with Parkster. Hopefully now, and Lucid should not be a threat to Parkster anymore. You got 3 Twilights dropped so far? Holy shit. I've gotten 0. Wait, what is your drop percent, by the way? When you, like, buff up? I think I'm at 279%. Damn, we're close. Mine is if I use the 50% drop thing from Legion and my my familiar. Oh, you got from HP roll, nice. I'm so happy that the stupid slime ring dropped because of that whole drama that happened with that one guy who, like, smegged 20 times about him not getting a slime ring from Chaos Slime. I got mine from End Slime. I was like, dude, just fucking deal with it, man. That's why you don't go with randos. Yeah, apparently getting a ring from End Slime is rare, so I'm not gonna fuck with that ring until I can actually kill Chaos Slime on my own. Yeah, I know. I don't have to deal with the RNG with that. I'm not gonna. I mean, mine's 17 star. I used the 17 star scroll on it because I was like, I'm not fucking with this item. I am not fucking with this item. This is potential, and then I'll fuck with it. But not Star Wars. Right now, that's probably actually my weakest link in terms of like my Eclipse in terms of percent gear. Well, other than the earrings, I guess. The earrings and that ring are weak. Like the earrings I have are 18% strength and like 20% drop, even though I already have drop earrings. So yeah, I just need to get like 21% strength, which I tried rolling with the remaining of my 50 cubes, but didn't get anything. Wonder how Ed will react to his guild dying while he was off. Yeah, I mean, I saw your post. So that gives me a perfect opportunity. Me and Ed will just go find a guild together and just be in it. And then hopefully we can convince Sparks to join us. I think that would be the meta. If I hit 270, I can pretty much join any guild, can't I, right? Like, even the best of the best. Almost. Do people have 275 plus requirements for some guilds? I've never seen that. But literally the rank 1 guild right now, like Legacy, is 270 plus. I have a friend that's actually like in that guild, but it's level 263, but they're like godlike. Like, oh my god, they have like 50 mil CP right now. I'm having 280 plus, but although maybe it was a joke. Oh, yeah, probably. I'm just happy that I almost caught up to Ed in terms of level. And in parts, I'm 265 and they're 266. If I could, like, if by May 12th I hit 266, that'd be hilarious, and then I just, like, am their level. But yeah, I'm in a really good spot right now in terms of like getting weekly progression done. Because now I can actually kill the full Ed Blue Will if I can't kill H Blue Will. Like, you know, I'm not relying on parties or anything like that, so I'm not killing H Blue Will. So I'm not taking that shortcut, so yeah, it's gonna take me longer to get to arcane equipment. But I don't want to go too far ahead of Parkster or Ed, or they, you know, I can't help them. I will literally be too strong to help them. I remember teaching Ed about the slime mechanics, but yeah, now he doesn't need to know them if he's partied with me anymore. Until we do Chaos Slime, of course. But for End Slime, yeah, it's just like... Could change the drop gear? Nah. I mean, I obviously want the bosses dead faster. Even my drop gear self is like 21 mil combat power, so the drop geared stuff is still pretty up there. Me and my drop gear is 5 times the combat power of Parser. Which is like, yeah, bruh. The other huge W I had, I don't know if I mentioned this already yet, I might have last time I streamed, since this was kind of like a couple days ago, but I got all 210 Link skills on my account that I actually am going to use. The only remaining 3 Link skills that are not 210 that can get to 210 is the Phantom one, I already have 100% crit. The Kaiser one, I don't need percent HP. And the Nihil one, which doesn't like give status resistance or something, probably don't need more of that. So probably not going to use those 3. But I am still going to get them to 210 anyways, just out of principle. Just to 100% the account, you know? So I'm going to work on Phantom first, just to help any other guys that need it, because that's probably going to be the most useful one by far of the 3. So yeah. On the same day, I get my Lin to 210 and my Luminous to 210. Which was like 2 days ago. So that's just like done. So I have I think, optimized Link skills. If I don't, then I could easily swap to whatever is optimized, because I literally have the necessary levels for it. It's just like, people have to tell me what's the best in slot Link skills at that point. And it's not the 3 that I don't have. So, yeah. Yeah, it was knockback resist, but then they changed it to like status resist. And I don't need status resist. It's like, whatever. Back in my day, my Iran used to have 100% status resist when it wasn't about duration, and it would just give you percent status resist. Which, I mean, at the time, the hardest boss was like Chaos Pink Bean, but still, that was kind of funny. Well, actually, no, I think CRA was out then, but you couldn't really use it in CRA. We're talking about like 2014, 2015-ish. But yeah, I did have 100% status resistance at one time, and that was hilarious. Not only did I have 100% status resist, but I also had plus 6 seconds of iframes per hit. My top had a Nebulite, if you remember Nebulites, so I had plus 2 seconds of invincibility. And then the potential I had itself had plus 4 seconds of invincibility. So it's like I just could AFK in the strongest monsters of the game. Twilight Pyrrhion, the Golems, and literally gain HP instead of lose HP because I have combo drain. And it was really funny. I just can't die from the strongest monsters in the game at that point. But obviously things have changed. Although, I mean, nowadays I can't die either. I mean, if you have enough sacred power, so it's like, whatever. But I thought it was funnier back then. Yeah, about Iran tanks, you gotta realize that we had 2 skills. We had high defense, which got rid of 20% of the damage that we took, and also combo barrier, which got rid of 15% of the damage we took. So we were I don't know if it was additive or not, or subtractive or whatever, but if it was additive, it would have been 65% damage. If it was multiplicative, then I don't know, what's 0.8 times 0.85, whatever that is. I'm pretty sure that's close to the additive amount anyways. I'll even throw it in a calc. I also had the link skill from Zero. Yeah, 0.68. So it was either a 35% reduction or a 32% reduction. Either way, whether it was additive or multiplicative was indistinguishable because they were so close to each other. Additive, it would have been a 65% me taking damage, and multiplicative, it would have been a 0.68% me taking damage. Before the zero link skill. So yeah, I was basically taking like 1,000 damage, and I had like, I don't know, like 80,000 HP or something. But at the same time, I had combo drain. So it's like, and I had a healing familiar on top of that that gave me 10% HP or 15% HP like every like 10 seconds. So yeah, I just didn't die. And I could AFK in the strongest mobs of the game. Like, people memed that Hallies were like tanks, but no, I literally couldn't die on the strongest mobs in the game. Well, the toughest bosses back then was Chaos Pink Bane and CRA. So CRA and I guess Magnus. CRA and Magnus have percent HP attack, so it didn't work on CRA or Magnus. But it did work on Chaos Pink Bane. Which I already had 100% status resistance for, so yeah, I could kill Chaos Pink Bane pretty easily. Because Chaos Pink Bane is more of a fight of status resistance. So yeah, I actually had a strict advantage when it came to Chaos Pink Bane. And that was like the hardest boss that I killed before I left the game. For 10 years. Nowadays, the mechanics for Chaos Pink Bane is so easy. Although they did make it a lot easier in that you have so much time to react to the damage reflection that it's like way easier than it used to be anyway. Nowadays, I mean, on my current 265 Iran, I just kill them in one hit each phase. So it's like not even a problem anymore. Sea Velm also goes down in one hit, which is hilarious, because I used to struggle on that boss a couple months ago. Yeah, I can just one-shot him now. My charge-up skill. I'll be right back after the pee. Edge, although you're a sub.
Okay, we're back. No, you're not immune to that, clearly. I'll be back in 10 minutes. But yeah, things are going well for VRN right now, as you can tell. And they're just things just keep getting better for me. I just am fearful of me getting too much better than Ed and Parkster. And I'm doing this all without G skills either, which is hilarious. If I had G skills, I could probably easily take out normal Tenebris, though. Maybe not Bihilla, obviously, because I think that's like a step up. I might even not have to bite my nails about H. Damien. So that is like the one reason why I want G skills, because it's like the extra push that would make it so that I can kill H. Damien. Again, I haven't attempted it yet, so I don't know where I stand yet, but we'll find out. But yeah, first things first, gonna throw in my dojo. Probably gonna do that at some point. Next time I log in, maybe. Oh, I should mention that they did buff. They got rid of combo barrier, but they did buff. Even if it doesn't matter now, they did buff high defense to make it so that we now have minus 40% damage taken. So solo, it's a W, but you know, I did like that I used to have a skill that was literally more effective than Hyper Body, mathematically. Combo Barrier was literally superior to Hyper Body, even though people didn't realize it, in terms of like survivability, mathematically. Yeah, Hyper Body does give 1.4 times your HP, but Combo Barrier just makes it so that you take, what, like 20% less damage, so like 0.8. Actually, I think they were pretty close. But it's like, at that point, did I really put my Dark Knight, or do I just have the same skill on my Iran? But then they got rid of that skill, sadly. But then they went and made Dark Knights worse to play. Like, I don't really like Gungnard Descent or like the current Dark Knight. I don't know, I just think it's like boring. I like Dragon Crusher, you know, I like the old school Dark Knight, you know, how they were using that dragon skill and also the slap Dragon Fury. I didn't really like the aesthetic of Dark and Pale that much. In the Dark and Pale pretty much did everything all in one, both Dragon Crusher and Dragon Fury at the same time, with just Dark and Pale. now that there was a skill to compare it to, like, you know, just one skill instead of two skills, yeah, Iran just had the better skill. Over Swing and Final Blow were way better than Dark and Pale, in my opinion. And we also had like a Hyper Body-esque skill in Combo Barrier. And we were better mobbers. And we were better bossers. Sure, we didn't have like the final pack like iframes or whatever, but you know, we could live with it. Now we have Destroyed's Blessing anyways, which is 30 seconds of iframes. Both have annoying things that you have to do though, like Dark Knights have, you know, you have to like hit a certain number of monsters to like not die. While Arians have to, you know, do the thing every 25 seconds 6 times to get the iframes there before it's... Which was a cooldown hat, does make it easier. Oh yeah, by the way, I don't know if I mentioned this, I know you're forced to just listen to me, because you can't say anything right now until, 2 minutes from now. But I did get my strength to 37,000 with only Maple Warrior, and 42,000 with Maple Warrior Blessing. So, that's kind of big. That's kind of massive. I remember like saying that wasn't like Black made like 60,000 or 55,000 and 60,000 stat. We're getting there. We're getting there. But yeah, I'm at the point in the game where I don't even know what to upgrade for potential. Like, I have, you know, there's this cube sale coming up, and I, like, yeah, sure, I can get, like, my 21% to free lines, I guess. But that's kind of a stretch, isn't it? Imagine if I just had all 3 lines before I even got a single arcane equip. That'd be so dumb. But I'd love it. Yeah, gloves are definitely going to be the first thing that I buy with the symbols. It's 31 the emblem easy. Oh, 3 lines the emblem. I thought you said 31. Sorry, my O and 1 looks very similar. Well, I think at this point I need to 3-line the secondary instead of the emblem, because I think the emblem is in a better state than the secondary. The secondary has like 1 line of attack,
and 1 line of boss damage, and then 1 line of strength. But the emblem has 2 lines of prime attack, which I think is better than the secondary. So yeah, the secondary needs some work, probably, at some point. If I were to go for 3 lines, it will be quote-unquote fun. But then that would literally be the end game secondary at that point, right? Because there's nothing better than, you know, just as I 3-lined my heart, basically, 27%, which is good enough for now. So I min-maxed it and killed to 30 or whatever. Hopefully by then I have arcanes, and then I have also 21 starred my my CRA. This is the 2 things I need to do: is 21 star my CRA and get arcanes. Period. And obviously get them 2 lines and all that. Legendary. The arcanes are going to be a huge boost, I think, even if it breaks up the set a little bit. I just only needed to do like fucking 5 years of Enlu will at the very least. Not sure if 1 arc armor actually beats Absol. Yeah. Well, my gloves are shit. I'm just gonna say that. I have 1 line of crit damage and then 1 line of like 7% all stat. And that's it. So my gloves are literally the worst potential that I have right now out of all my gear. It's like, do I even go for 2 lines of crit at this point on that gear? Because, like, why would I? And I'm just gonna upgrade it to Arcane anyway. Again, ideally we're in the situation where I convince Parkson and Ed to get much more powerful, and then we can just take down H. Luwell. But I feel like that's going to be really hard. Because I am definitely at this point heavily carrying them. They definitely need to glow up somehow, so we just need to give all of our drops to them. Basically. Until they actually get sustainable. Are you still at 32 mil CP, by the way? Or did you go up? I'm also very sad learning that you only get 10 symbols a day for Arcus and beyond, whereas in Surname you get 20 a day. 33 mil? Gotcha. But again, CP is bullshit because, yeah, I'm just like beating you. For actual raw damage. And we can literally tell this by Dojo. And that was before I got to 26 mil. Yeah, I think like bishops would naturally be weak anyways, right? 'Cause haven't they always been like at the bottom like of the tier list in terms of like power? Unless something was changed. I mean, they're literally a support class, right? They're not supposed to be DPS as well. At least that's how it was. I don't know how it is right now. On the low end of the last TPM charts. Are they at the exact bottom though, or is there more pitiful classes? Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I heard there was like some controversy and that like Nexon would actually like look at DPM charts and like adjust things based on that. So then they stopped making DPM charts because of that. Second to last because DA exists. Demon Avenger sucks that much? Oh my god. I was like, dude, that's like the easiest like class in the game to get potential on. Because literally, their like HP has like a 3 in whatever chance, while stat percent has a 2 in whatever chance of rolling. So that would be the easiest one to 3-line, like everything. So I guess for low-funded DAs, those guys actually are pretty good, but like in terms of high-funded classes that have 3-line stats, like main stats, yeah, 3-line main stats would win over 3-line HP, I guess. But yeah, they have a significantly easier time cubing things because of what I mentioned. By like 1.5. Pally goes barely below Bishop, but Pally nearly doubles his own damage on duo, so that does count. Oh, gotcha. Ran has always been an A tier, but never S tier. Like, we've always been like high up there, but not like, you know, the best of the best. So we're like kind of like slept on, which I appreciate. But we're like A tier in everything. We're like a jack of all stats, like literally. Like, we got that survivability down, we got that damage down. We even have support buffs. We literally have a heal, like a party heal. Although we can only use it once every like 100, wait, is it 90 seconds or 180 seconds? I can't remember. I think it's 90. Again, does my does that skill Monta's Fury, you know, the one where I summon the giant form, you know, the yellow skill, that doesn't work on my party members in terms of, like, you know, giving them iframes? Is that right? I feel like I just, like, keep accidentally killing my party members because I keep trying to do what I usually do in solos to keep myself alive. Because I get an iframe when I use it, but it sounds like I'm killing everyone else when I use it. Which is actually really funny. I think I have literally killed Parkster more than once because of this. Only healers, others, no iframes? Gotcha. I mean, you guys have your own iframes, right? So yeah, for example, when Lucid or Ursus is about to use a bomb, and I see if there's 1 second left on the timer, because, you know, it gives a very visual indication that the bomb's going to go off several seconds ahead of time. When it says 1 or 0, I will throw out my iframe and not die. But then I will see death surround me. Arthur doesn't know what an iframe is, though. Does he have iframes? I mean, he has a 6-job skill, which everyone has. I thought Soul Resonance, or whatever, that one skill where you, like, leap up and do a tornado, like a pink tornado. I thought that was an iframe. Is it not? It's like 4? Yeah, isn't, like, the resonance skill I was talking about, isn't that an iframe? You know what, tell him to not think about it and just worry about it after the revamp. Maybe he'll pay attention. It doesn't matter pre-revamp. But yeah, I have tons of iframes and I actually use all of them. So it does actually take a lot more effort from the boss to actually kill me. Night Lord, he's a Night Lord. He has like no iframes except for his burst skill, or I mean his 260 origin, right? I mean he has Dark Side, I guess, but that's not really an iframe. He can walk around in Chaos Paps thing, his lava floor. That's pretty much it. And wait, can he survive Lotus lasers with that skill? I don't remember. He can't? Yeah, that sucks. I thought there was something of Lotus he could survive from. I thought it was floor lasers. Maybe not. I mean, like the phase 2 and 3 lasers. For me, in terms of lasers, well, phase 1, I just have Freud's Blessing. We literally demonstrated that I just don't get hit during that phase. So I can ignore that mechanic entirely, assuming they have the patience to allow me to do that. Bloom meteors or lotus meteors? Oh, lotus meteors in phase 3? I mean, that's kind of helpful. That's usually when I try to iframe. Wait, in terms of progression, what do you think comes first, by the way? Do you think End Gloom? I mean, End Gloom is obviously a lower tiered boss than H. Damien, but do you think I should do End Gloom first or H. Damien first? So H. Damien, I actually know the mechanics for pretty well, but End Gloom, I still have to learn how to dodge the insta-death, stabby, vulnerable phase tentacles. Try both, yeah. I know I can get Gloom, I mean, even dying to those, down to 50% and still have tons of time left. Because I just keep dying to Gloom in terms of, like, time left. I mean, I don't time out, but I, like, have tons of time left. I just die out early. Because I can't dodge that attack very well. I mean, I try up jump sometimes, but then it just fails sometimes. Well, yeah, in terms of drop, I'm just talking about what's easier for, like, a boss kill. I still don't know if I'm at H. Damien solo levels left, considering I was, like, at your power, right? I was probably out damaging you slightly when we were doing H. Damien, and we just barely won. So, like, I was, like, doing, like, probably, like, well, Parkside got the 5% in, right? So I was probably doing, like, I don't know, like 85% damage. You were probably doing like 84% damage, and Parkside was doing the rest, the remaining 6. Or no, not 85, 84. Divide that by 2. Because the numbers don't add up. Yeah, so I was probably doing like 43% damage, you were probably doing 42% damage, and he was probably just doing 5%. Maybe a little bit more, though. Does that still add? No, that doesn't add up to 100. I don't fucking know, math is hard. So Parkson was the carry. Even the fact that we had him in the party at that point. Parkson was the key to success, or we wouldn't have won that fight. Yeah, I mean, that did seem right, because we only had 20 seconds left. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know about that, but... Yeah, without him, we wouldn't have won, right? I mean, he had the extra 6-job skill to stun him, and also, like, we were literally 3-manning him, and we won with 20 seconds left, so. But now, I think it's an extremely easy duo, but I'm, like, trying to figure out if it's a solo. And I don't know, man. I don't think it is quite yet. I could be wrong, though. Up question, since the level knows you booed it, since you later can't like or double boo it, is it possible to collect the total amount of boos one maker account? Let's say you have made given through my Explorer account. Like the amount, like, is it keeping track of the levels I specifically booed? No. There's nothing on the database that does that, but in terms of total number of boos that a person gets, apparently that is kept track of for like a given level. So, unfortunately, I cannot track if I've booed the most levels out of anyone in the game. But we can see boos for individual levels, like number of boos for individual levels. Hope that answers your question. You mean you can't collect which levels you booed, but as total as possible? Yeah, I don't know all the levels that I've booed ever. I don't think it keeps track of like who booed what level. At least according to the API. But in terms of the levels that have been booed and like the total number of boos that the level's been booed by, yeah, that's actually visible in the API. Not in the game itself, but that is in the API. Like you can't even, other than the most recent 100 levels you like, you can't really see what likes people have given to levels. Is it this week that you keep the Lomi and Lulo runs? Wait, what do you mean by that? You keep the Lomi and Lulo runs? I mean, you can't run Luwil with me this week, because I just finished Luwil. I did end Luwil on my own. H-Lomian I have not done yet. Those are the only two bosses other than Tenebris that I have not done yet. Tenebris and like Siren and Kalos, which are the only other bosses left. And Black Mage, which I guess is part of Tenebris, I don't know. I mean, Parksler and Ed are not even online. Oh, I mean, Ed is not online until maybe the 12th. Not sure about that. So I just did everything solo except for H-Lomian this week. So I will see if I need to solo H-Lomian. If I can't do it, I might ask for help. If I can do it, I will not ask for help. But yeah, go do whatever Luwell you can. Probably a hard Luwell. I will say I really need an eye or whatever replaces condensed crystal. That's my main priority, is to get something that's better than that. I don't remember if it's eye or face, but I already have a I have a pink bean mark, so the one that it's not that. So I don't remember if it's face or that. If pink bean is eye, then I need a face, and if pink bean is face, then I need an eye, basically. I think it's eye that I need, right? Is Twilight even pitched? Or no? Damien his face? I thought it was called an eye patch. Is this the Lotus one I need? Great. Oh, Twilight's Dawn set. Yeah, nothing of the Dawn set yet. Water tattoo? No, I'm not gonna do Commercy for a long time. I might just skip the entire Sweetwater process in general, or I mean the entire Commercy PQ process. Like, what's the best in slot, like, pendants, for example? The Superior pendant, one of the best in slots? Superior in either pitch or Sweetwater. Great. And when do you get the pitched pendant? Is that Hilla? D-Hilla? never. What? No, what is it? Is it? I don't know what it is. You don't remember which boss drops either? Oh. But yeah, I'm sure I'm eventually gonna get there. I came into the realization that I only need to like learn the mechanics of Bloom, Dark Nut, Vihilla, Black Mage, Siren, and Callus and Kelling, right? So those are the final bosses I actually need to like actually clear. And then I just know how to do all the bosses, so it's not that far away, right? I'm getting there. Although obviously some of them have harder forms that I've yet to clear. For example, Lomian and Luil. Lomi Louie, if you will. And Slime. I'm happy that I'm actually beating normal Lucid and normal Will though. That's satisfying. Yeah, again, if you give me like enough months, I will have my arcane gear for sure. Is Vihilla for Pitch Bender? Is it like hard Vihilla? Like normal Vihilla? Okay, yeah. That might take a while. I did just roll a 24% Dom, not Dom, but Mechanator pendant. Unfortunately not Dom. I've been 21% Dom, but a 24% Mech. I think it should be good for some time, right? So it's not the pendants I really have to worry about too much, but more so like the face and eye. The face and eye and like the earring I have to still upgrade. So pretty much just the face and eye for the most part, because I have the superior earring. I just need to slightly upgrade it, because it's already legendary and 18%, and I need to make it give me like 21%. Well, the thing with Sweetwater Pendant is you can actually turn a 16-star Sweetwater Pendant into a 15-star, 16-star Dom Pendant into 15-star Sweetwater. And then you could get the stat back again, like another 8, or another plus whatever attack you got from the 15 to 16. So you get that twice. Which is what people are doing, apparently. Which is a dig. Flames on Sweetwater stuff now, ow. Yeah, Flamethrower and Golux definitely sucks, I'll say that for sure. That is actually like noticeable. again.
Okay, I'm back. I'm back. Grab me some macaroni and cheese. That's why I take a little bit of extra time. Would you say I'm late game now, by the way? Or, like, am I getting, like, to the end of mid-game? It's like, not a lot of bosses left. Sure, they all have, like, hard forms, some of the bosses that I currently have beaten. Early mid? No. I refuse to believe that. I would say early mid is probably like easy losing. We are, I feel like I'm definitely at mid game at the earliest, and like late mid, like somewhere around there, or early late. You gotta remember, we are in like the top, like, I think like 5 to 10% of like everyone that's played the game already, like at this point in the game. Like, we are in the 95th percentile for sure. Like, if you look at like the achievements in the game, right? Like the Maple achievements. Like, killing End Will on your own, for example, I feel like not a lot of people have done that. Like, if you go into the achievement section, how many people have beaten Enwell on their own? For example. That is my current feat. And then how many people in the Maple achievements have gotten the unlocked the level 265 achievement as well? I'm not in the game right now, obviously, so, you know, I can't look it up. %? Yeah, so are you telling me that mid-game is top 2%? Is that what you were insinuating? I don't think so. I think that a lot of Maplers have a have a warped perceptive of what, like, mid, late, and end game are. Because they just see someone that's, like, 100 times stronger than them, and they're like, yeah, they're, like, you know, mid-game, or late game, or whatever. And I'm mid-game. No, I don't think that's the case. I think people who are literally, like, killing Siren are end game. And, like, Kalos Ling. Like, those 3 bosses... Like, any forms of those bosses, no, you're definitely endgame. Like, hands down. Like, those are the last 3 bosses in the game. Mid is top 1%. That doesn't make any sense for the word mid. That's not how the word mid works. Argument. Yeah, I feel like everyone has a warped perception of what mid game is, but yeah, there is like super duper late game. There's super duper end game. There's end game, and then there's mid. I think mid is literally like fucking Elucid. Elucid, maybe E-Will. Like, the end of mid game, the end of early mid is E-Will. But yeah, you're killing Elucid and End Slime, I think, are like the latest of early mid. So hold on, give me like 5 seconds to get this macaroni. But yeah. Like, I asked people what mid-game is, and it's like no one fucking knows. I will admit that, yeah, I think CRA is early game. Even though it used to not be. Remember when CRA was endgame? You guys remember that? Like, I left the game and it was endgame. It was like the hardest thing to kill. H-Will is top 5%? Okay, interesting. But it, like, in terms of solo? Or are you just talking about clears in general? I'm talking about solo, from a solo perspective. Like, look at bosses by this, like, they have their own categories for solo, right? April solo is top 1%. Okay. What about Enwell solo? Wait, what? How does that make sense? N-Will solo is more prestigious than H-Will solo? Yeah, that fucking makes sense, I guess. Well, I guess I'm in the top 1.6% instead of top 2%, because, yeah, fuck it, why not? Also, literally, I am, like, in terms of the server itself, I am, like, rank 40 of my class. Out of, like, a couple thousand. So I would say I'm definitely not mid-game. Solo E-Will is up 1.3%.
following.
Thanks for all, appreciate it. Also, one sec, gotta grab the board. We're good. Have my meal. I just think perspectives are warped for what mid-game is. But in my honest opinion, I think Lou will is probably mid-game. Please stop saying, please stop playing Endless. You want to be number 1 at some point. Even if I stop playing Endless, that would literally never happen. Like, how many clears do you have? I don't know if I've seen you on the leaderboard. Also, Endless kind of makes me money, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. You have around 4K, and I got some bad news for you. Probably not gonna happen, considering it took me 5 years to get from 4K to this point, and probably 5 years from now, even if you somehow miraculously got to where I'm at right now, by playing literally every single day from here on out, the game would probably be shut down. So, yeah. I don't think that's gonna happen. If I immediately drop my controller and stop playing today, yeah, no thanks. I'm gonna skip out on that as well, because I don't like playing merc. Am I sometimes getting duplicates? Yeah, at about an 8 to 10% like rate. I think I've done the math on that. It's about 8 to 10%. For example, when I pause and the boom, the like button are already like colored in. That means I've already seen the level before. Either I died on the level or cleared the level. Yeah, first does suck. Dude, I'm so much less scared about H-Will now that I know how Phase 3 works. The thing that terrified me about H-Will was that, like, I had no idea that it just cycled through white and yellow eyes, so I'm happy when I actually get to go fight H-Will, because I will actually know 100% of picks at that point.
don't hold B, would it be faster? No. Because you would walk instead of run. That would literally not make any sense whatsoever. So I'm literally always holding down B. Except for like water levels, you don't really need to hold it down. So it doesn't make sense in the water levels. You ever get leveled by UV, Spicy, and this one too? I have no idea. I've literally played 800 something thousand levels, so I obviously don't have a photographic memory to memorize all 864,000 levels that I've played. So if I did play your level, then I played your level, and if I didn't, then I didn't. But you can check by just going into your levels and then going into more info and then looking at who has played your levels. Just look at each one of them, and you'll be able to find that out without me having to do any work. You have 55 levels? Well, the more levels you have, the more likely I have played your level. At least one of them. But yeah, I personally cannot look through all 864,000 levels that I've ever played. That would be a nonsensical task to ask. So it would probably be much more easier for you to go through your 55 levels and see if I played a level with yours. Where are I from? Where are you from? I don't know. Where are you from? We do speak English, so probably in an English-speaking country like the US, Australia, Canada, the UK, you know, there's a couple others out there as well, like New Zealand, I guess. So, I don't really know unless you could tell me that. I get you probably mean where are you from, as in like you're asking me, but I am humoring the way that you phrased it already. So I'm pointing it out. Typo in mind. Just middle the whole way. I like how he left the chat. It's kind of funny. He asked me where he's from. It's like, how am I supposed to answer that? Also, I know that he left the chat because there's a notification on my bot that says he left the chat.
Okay, I think I'm going to go now. That's kind of dead, and I also really want to take a shower. So we hit 864,700. I don't think I want to commit to 865k today, but I got this 864,700, so we'll get back to it maybe tomorrow. And hopefully hit that milestone at that point, but yeah, I think that'll be it.